Hi there, I'm Inji, one of the program managers of this program. And in this video, I'm going to quickly walk through the entire idea of the workflow of contributing to an issue on a GitHub repository. Uh, Before you start this video, I will be assuming that you are somewhat familiar of Git as a version control system and GitHub as a platform, so I won't be going over the basics. So let's take a look at the issues. We can see that this repository is called numbers, which maintains a lot of text files containing a single number. You can see 1.txt contains 1, 2.txt contains 2, and so on. We can look at the issues. We can see there are 2 issues currently open. Let's look at issue number 1. Let's create a number that's greater than 5, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea, right? So we want to start contributing to this issue. Typically, we would, for a larger repository, we would ask the maintainer for permission to work on a project. But most of the time, you don't have to. Sometimes you can just leave a message and say, I'll be working on it as a good practice, just so nobody else will be starting to work on the same issue at the same time as you do. So I would just leave a message here and say, I'll be working this tonight since it's 2:53 a.m. Perfect. Now, the maintainer will have an option to assign the project to you, assign the ticket to you. Okay, you can see I can assign it to Tyler, I can send it to James, I can send it to myself. Let's assign it to myself. And now we have finally finished basically the starting process of it. Now, to start working on it, most of the time you won't have direct access to the project you're contributing to. What I will then do is I'll create a fork of a project. A fork is basically a carbon copy of this entire project structure into your own account. So you can you can directly make changes to the copy of the program, and then you can create something called a pull request to submit your changes for review. Let's go through that quick workflow. So on the top right, you will see a fork button, which should be clickable. Give me a second. All right, great. Let's fork it to myself. And in a few seconds, I will have a direct copy of this project. You'll notice that the issues did not carry over, but what's good is that you can directly work on this GitHub repository now. So let's clone this repository. Be sure to clone your own fork of the repository. And change directory into the folder. For convenience, I'm going to be working on the file, working on the project inside my terminal. So let's go back to the original issue and take a look at what we actually need to do. Figure 1 says I need to create a number greater than 5. So let's take a look at our terminal again. The 5 numbers are ready. So all you have to do is create 6.txt, right? So let's create a new branch because we don't want to be working on the main branch. Use the git branch command to do that. Let's call it add 6. We need to switch to that branch with the git checkout command. To verify if you have switched to the right branch, you use git branch, which is going to print out a list of branches currently on your machine, and the start one is your current branch. Press Q to exit. Now we can make our changes. So I'm just going to do a quick echo 6.txt, and let's verify that it's doing the right thing. Cat 6.txt is at 6. Perfect. We've now made our change. Now we can track the file, commit it with a descriptive committed message. and we can push it. Be sure to set your upstream. GitHub may ask you to do that when you create a new branch. Just copy that command. And now we can see that Git actually prompted us to create a pull request for add6 on GitHub. If you miss this message, don't worry. Go back to your repository. You'll see add6 was recent pushes less than a minute ago. Now you can create a pull request. A pull request is essentially a submission to the main code base. So you can see that your head repository is where your new changes are, and base repository is where you're pushing your change to. Git will automatically try to resolve any conflicts that you have, say the original code base change when you were trying to create when you're trying to edit the code base on your own fork. Let's give this take it a descriptive name. And you can create a pull request. Once you create a pull request, you can usually flag down the maintainer to review by requesting a reviewer. I can say I can request Tyler for review. And Tyler will now be reviewing my code base. And that should be it. Once you're here, you have successfully created your first pull request in the open source world. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and good luck on your contributions.